This is Stuart Webb, business success mentor, author, podcast host, speaker, CEO and founder of The Complete Approach with Another one-take video blog, All the Mistakes Stay In. What's your business really worth? Is it really worth thinking about if you're not putting it on the market? I think there are a number of practical reasons for knowing the value of your business. Usually it's needed if the business owner wants to sell their business or set up a succession plan for tax purposes and corporate restructuring to support documenting an agreement between business partners for financing of capital raising or so on. But what I advocate more regularly though is the importance of evaluation as a management tool so that you set a baseline from which you can measure progression. So how might you value your business? There are two ways. One is an intrinsic value and the other is a relative value. So speaking simply, an intrinsic valuation gives you an idea of the financial benefits expected from the business being generating, taking into account the risks associated with those cash flows. Whereas a relative valuation looks at the market to see how much people are buying or selling similar business for, adjusted for certain differences, because we all know that it's very difficult to find two businesses that are identical. So it might be helpful to consider this as if we were talking about houses, because that is something that most people can more easily imagine. So first of all, a relative valuation. You'll look at similar sales down the road and then adjust them for the relative size, quality of finishes, etc. A relative valuation does not seem to care how you generate the cash flows to justify the price. It's just focused on what the market price is for this house relative to others. Simple enough to do. Still taking our house as an example, an intrinsic valuation will examine the rental income and the expected selling price associated with the property. Then we use a discount rate to bring those future cash flows back to the price today. This rate takes into account risks like a possible price drop or a change in the rate of inflation. Simple enough so far? So, for a business intrinsic value, we use an earnings multiple method, which works well for a small or medium-sized business that has a history of making money and is therefore a good way to predict future earnings. For an intrinsic value such as this, I'm going to cover 3 elements out of about 5 or 6 that will drive that business value. The first is what is known as net income, which is your business earnings before interest and tax, adjusted for a few expenses. So all being equal, the higher the net income, the higher the valuation. The more money you make, the more it should be worth. Second thing is the risks associated with that business that could affect the cash flow in the future. These include external industry risks, financial risks, sales to a small number of customers, controls on overhead costs, and most importantly, how much a business depends upon the business owner. I've spoken before about the danger of being dependent upon a key customer or key person in the business. This is a risk that I believe far too few business owners really take seriously. The next element to be considered is growth. So where will the business growth come from? Can you describe that chance in a business plan? What have the chance to grow into new markets or come up with new products? What is the plan for doing all of that? Okay, now you have all of those factors, you have a basic valuation. Figure out how to improve. This valuation process, particularly the assessment of the element of the risk associated with it, is incredibly insightful and results in business owners having a heat map of where they can focus their time and resources to make meaningful business improvements, have tangible impact on valuation. You can use a regular business valuation activity as a way to back up business value improvements and focus your business partners and others accountable on business growth and really help to drive shareholder returns and objectives. Okay, that's it for today. Please comment and why not download everything you need to know about really providing your business growth in a single page by looking at the link at www.scientificvaluebuildingmachine.com. What would you like to hear about in future vlogs? Drop a comment below to let us know. And please like and subscribe to our short videos and share them with your friends and colleagues. Okay, that really is it from today. Thanks very much. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to speak to you again in the very near future.